heart of Malindi, a landscape that speaks of both beauty and resilience, Bishop Wilbert Lago plants a tree surrounded by Catholic faithful. This act is more than a symbol, it is a testament to faith, hope, and the unwavering commitment to nurture spiritual growth. Just as a seedling needs water and care to grow into a strong, flourishing tree, so does the missionary work in Malindi require your support to thrive. The Catholic Diocese of Malindi was carved out from the Garissa Diocese and a section of Mombasa Diocese, covering 33,254 square kilometers along Kenya's north coast. It was entrusted to the Order of Friar Minors Capuchins congregation from the Malta province. For 2 decades, they laid the groundwork for evangelization. And on March 19, 2021, the diocese welcomed its first indigenous bishop, the Right Reverend Wilbert Kitogo Lago, marking a new chapter in its history.
Malindi Diocese was established in June 2000, and therefore in the next 1 year we should be celebrating 25 years anniversary. And in these few years, so much has happened. Our diocese actually extends from Masangoni near Malindi to Lamu to Kiunga.
Catholic Diocese of Malindi has around 24 parishes, including the missions. Many parishes and missions are in the interior, and these are actually the parishes and missions that need support. For example, in every month, we are required to support almost 50% of these parishes.
When we talk about Malindi, I know many of us associate Malindi as a touristic destination and therefore a place where money circulates every time. But I'd like to inform you that Malindi in the last 10 to 15 years has undergone a very major decline economically. The first reason is that the predominant Italian community built cottages, which some of them you can see around here. And that meant that tourists will come to Atamu or to Malindi, but they will have paid the owners back at home. So that money was not circulating here. There is this insecurity in Lamu. Every time we have had a terror attack in Lamu from 2014, and almost every year, sometimes twice a year, it has really destabilized the economy of Lamu, but Malindi as well. Another factor was the COVID. During the COVID time, all hotels were closed, and many of them have not recovered up to this day. And then finally, we have a situation also in this part of the diocese where there's been a lot of conflict, what we call resource-based conflict between the livestock keepers and the farmers. Every time there's drought, we are likely to see a conflict between one ethnic community and another. And then another part of the diocese, we also have killings of elderly people by their own family members, because the elderly people have refused to divide land to their young ones, who simply want the land in order to sell it and come back to the city. And where a parent has resisted that move, many times they have been accused of witchcraft and also killed. But investigations are very clear that these killings are being done by the family members.
The Stella Maris Pastoral Center, currently stalled by financial constraints, was initiated in November 2023 as part of the diocese's commitment to providing affordable hospitality services to families.
We realize that a lot of evangelization work in Malindi requires a lot of financial input. And as we all know, most of our international partners have also challenges financially, and that's why we came up with this project, Stella Maris Pastoral Center, located here in Watamu, which is part of Malindi Diocese. This Stella Maris Pastoral Center, as you can see, is going to accommodate 39 self-contained rooms. You could call them Airbnb, and it is also going to have a facility for retreats, recollection, holiday for families, a botanic garden, a multipurpose hall, a restaurant and kitchen. We are trying to model it in such a way that it is suitable for families who want to come to relax in Malindi and Watamu, but may find the cost of accommodation in beach hotels too high. And sometimes families are also concerned about the moral environment in the beach hotels. So we are targeting families that want to stay and relax together, but in an environment that is safe for themselves and for their children.
The main goals of evangelization in Malindi Diocese are clear: to proclaim the good news, nurture new believers, promote solid Catholic families, and respond to human needs with loving service.
May I pray that as we journey and as we grow as a diocese, we may be able to get these supports and arrive at our goal, where we are all being called to give life and give life to the fullest, always coexisting with the challenges that we have, but being able to get to all the objectives, especially the objectives that need the finances.
The diocese remains resolute to nurturing vocations and providing quality education despite the spate of existing and unprecedented challenges which continue to impede progress.
I'm standing here in a place called Gimba. This is the place where between April, May and June, we had serious floods to the extent that the road between Malindi and Lamu was virtually destroyed and there was no movement. That is the time that many of the passengers going to Lamu or coming to Malindi had to be ferried using boats that were all lying around here, and they were charging so high. A distance of half a kilometer, they were charging up to 1,000 Kenyan shillings. This location is halfway between Malindi and Lamu. We are coming from one section of the diocese we call Central Deanery, which is composed of 4 parishes: Tarasa, Wema, Witu and Gariseni. These are the 4 parishes that are in Tana River County, but in Tana Delta sub-county.
I really thank my bishop, Lago, because since he came to Malindi, he has journeyed with us in several things, and he has been guiding us in how we can take ourselves and conduct ourselves, not only in seminary but even in our dioceses.
The diocese pays for their school fees and support them to be able to complete their studies, having in mind the completion of the formation time, which is 9 years. We need a lot of support and sacrifice from our side. So everything that we get, we have always channeled it towards ensuring that our seminarians continue with the work of formation. My appeal is that as we continue to grow, we are able to support these seminarians, we are able to support the pastoral agents who are already on the ground, and we are able to support those parishes which they have needs, and we cannot ignore them.
The diocese projects span from education and vocational training to agricultural development and infrastructure improvement.
And we have over 38 schools located in different parts of the diocese, but many of the local communities can hardly afford to pay for the cost of education because, one, they don't value education, or what you call modern education.
In addition, the diocese has established a radio station which is geared towards evangelization.
As a diocese, we have begun Radio Bayana, and which enables few catechists, few sisters, few priests to be able to communicate or talk about certain aspects of Christian life, even to people who do not know how to read and write, but they are able to listen.
Join us in supporting the Catholic Diocese of Malindi for this year's 3 fundraising events scheduled to take place in different parts across the country. In Nairobi on the 12th of October 2024, in Lamu on the 26th of October, and finally in Malindi on the 9th of November 2024.
We seek support from our friends in all parts of the country and also outside to support this young diocese, which is 24 years old.
Your contribution, however little, will aid in the completion of the Stella Maris Pastoral Center and other vital projects within the diocese. As we nurture the seedling of faith in Malindi, we are reminded of the words of 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 7. Each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. You can make your contributions through the I&M Bank, account name Catholic Diocese of Malindi Self-Reliance, account number 02-201-428-591-411. Paybill option through the paybill number 542542, account number 50050. For inquiries, contact St. Anthony's Catholic Cathedral Malindi on 0722 577 620 or reach out to malindicatholicdiocese.org. Let us all come together to transform lives and build a brighter future for Malindi Diocese.